Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Prince Automation Destination. This is Prince. So today let us discuss about another programming problem as part of interview programs for the Test Automation Engineers series. So today's problem is we need to reverse only alphabets from a string. So for example, a string contains numerals as well as alphabets as well as special characters. So we need to reverse only the alphabets. So the output will look like this. So 34, which is a numeral. So we don't need to reverse this. Simply we need to keep it as it is, and we need to reverse AUTO, which is alphabets. So OTUA. 35, which is numeral. We don't need to reverse it. QA, we need to reverse it because this is alphabets. Alpha at the rate, which is a special character, we don't need to reverse it. As that, we need to reverse this. TEDS, because this is the alphabet. Question mark and 25, this is again not alphabet, we don't need to reverse this. We need to reverse here as well, right, because this is alphabet. Now let us try to solve this. So for that purpose, what I have done, I have created one sample project, and inside that I have created one class, reverse alphabets, and I have used the same string here, right? So the expectation is here, so we will use this particular comment for the validation purpose, right? Now whenever we have a string, so first thing is like we need to convert this into character array. So we can use one method, toChar array, and we can simply capture this into character array, right? So let us give it name chars, right? Next thing is we need to iterate this, right? So for that purpose, what we can do, we can simply use enhanced for loop. So this is how we use enhanced for loop. So chars will be served to this particular ch variable one by one, meaning each character will be captured here, right? Now what we can do is we can check whether each character is alphabet or not, right, one by one. So for that purpose, we are going to use is alphabetic method of character class, right? So we'll simply pass each character here by passing ch, because ch will contain each character, right? Next thing is we need to print non-alphabetic character, right? So for that purpose, I'm simply going to use system.out.print, right? Because for example, if when 3 will be coming here, so it is not going to be alphabetic, so the control will come here, so we need to simply print it. Similarly, 4, it will be coming here, and we need to simply print it. As soon as a is coming, then we need to perform some action, because first of all we need to capture this, right? So in order to capture this, what we can do, we can use string builder or string buffer, right? So alphabet collector and new string builder. Then what we need to do, we need to use this particular alphabet collector or string builder to collect all the characters one by one, right? So when a will be coming here, a will be added to this particular collector. Similarly, u will be added, t would be added, and o would be added, right? But this is not reversed so far, right? So to reverse it, let us write one method, okay? So let us create one method outside main method and public static void, and let us give it name reverse alphabets, and it is going to expect this particular string builder. So let me copy it and put it here. So one way is we can simply use the inbuilt method of string builder to reverse it, right? This is one way. Otherwise we can write our own logic as well to reverse the string builder. So we'll be discussing that part as well, right? Now what we need to do, because this particular alphabet collector has collected AUTO. Now as soon as it will encounter non-alphabet, that is 3, so the control will come here and we need to reverse it. So when we will be reversing, because we are going to encounter at 3 that we don't have any alphabet, so we are going to have the control here. So what we can do is we can call reverse alphabets method here, right? So this is where we are going to call it, right? Now when we are going to call it, right, because we are calling for every string, right? So AUTO, which is stored, right, so far, so we are calling it and we are going to reverse it, right? But what if QA will come, right? So when QA will come, we need to refresh this particular string builder. So for that purpose, what we need to do, we need to reset the string builder after each execution, right? meaning after each call. So for that purpose, we are going to use set length to 0, right? So because in Java, we pass the object as a reference. So as a result, whenever we perform some action, so it will impact the actual object, right? So this is what is happening. So we created this. Now we have collected AUTO, right? So it is going to reverse this. And now we are going to reset this particular string builder to 0 so that it doesn't have the previous record, right? Now, when we will execute this particular program, we still have one edge case missing, right? So we'll observe that. First of all, we need to remove this particular println. Instead of println, we need to use print only, okay? Because we don't want things in the next line. So if you will observe 34 OTUA 35 AQ at the rate TEDS question mark 25. So it didn't capture the last string. Why? Because when after 25, right, when the control will come to Y, right, so it will check it is alphabet. So alphabet collector will add Y, E, A and R, right? But it didn't encounter any non-alphabet. So as a result, the control will never go to this particular else block, and this particular reverse alphabets method won't be called, right? So for that purpose, how to handle it? So we need to simply call this reverse alphabet method for the last time outside this particular for loop, right? We are going to call this particular alphabet collector. So if you will observe now, it has reversed the last time, right? So we have covered the edge case as well. So this is how we can reverse it. Now sometimes interviewer will say like we don't want to use the inbuilt method to reverse the string build, right? So for that purpose, what we can do, we can simply reverse it, right, using this particular thing. So alphabet collector dot length -1, right, and I greater than equal to 0 and I minus minus, because we are going to reverse it. That's why we are going to run the loop from the length minus, right, because it will be starting from 0th index. So we are going to start length -1, right? Now what we need to simply do, we need to simply print this particular alphabet collector. So what we need to do, alphabet collector dot caret. There is one method caret, right? And we need to simply provide caret I, right? And now I'm going to comment this particular inbuilt method. Let us see whether we are getting the same result or not. We are getting it in different line. Let me remove ln. It is happening because of ln. Now let us rerun it once again and see whether we are getting the correct result or not. 34 OTUA 35 AQ at the rate TEDS question mark 25 RAEY, right? So we have reversed it using inbuilt method, as well as we have created our own logic as well to reverse the string builder, right? So this is what I wanted to cover. Let us revisit this particular program. So the expectation was we need to reverse the alphabets. So we first simply convert this into character array. Then we created one alphabet collector to collect all the alphabets, right? And now we are traversing the character array and checking whether it is alphabetic or not. If it is alphabetic, then we are collecting it into string builder. If not, then we are simply printing it. And as we are collecting it, and when there would be a non-alphabetic character, the control will go to else block. That's why we are calling this particular reverse alphabets method here. And at last we have written this reverse alphabets method outside as well. Why? Because when we will have the last thing as a string and we don't have any non-alphabet character, so the control will never go to this particular else block, and as a result this particular last string will never be reversed. That's why we kept this particular method outside as well, right? And then we discussed how we can reverse alphabets using inbuilt method, and we can write our own logic as well. And this is important because if you want reset the alphabet collector, it will keep on adding the things. So if I, for example, comment this and rerun it, you will see something different, right? Because it is capturing the previous history. So we need to reset the alphabet collector after every run. So this is what I wanted to cover, guys. Thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more such programs. Thank you once again.